She talks. She listens. She cares. She's Joyce Oglesby. In today's ever-changing world, Joyce takes on the hottest issues. She fights for what's right in America. Just Ask Joyce is brought to you by Guaranteed Total Construction, Window World, Nans & Crafts Florists, Squire Boone Caverns, and About Face Spa and Salon. Now, Just Ask Joyce.
And welcome to Just Ask Joyce. I'm Joyce Oglesby, your Family Life Fix-It Pro. Guys, this is a show all about family relationships, and I can help you fix your relationship problem. You can write me anytime at justaskjoyce@gmail.com. Go to my website, Just Ask Joyce, and check me out. I have resources there available for you. Some of the books that I've written will be there for your availability. It's going to be a great show today. We have a wonderful video that I cannot wait for you to see because it is going to drive home the message about how important family is to kids. So you make sure that you stick around for that. Also, we have an email from Window World mailbag today from Linda in Louisville. She is exhausted from arguing. So we're going to fix that problem for Linda. We're going to give her a plan, a solution for life. That's what I can do for you. What I do when you send me an email is I evaluate who you are, where you are, and how you got there. Then I take the baggage that you have been carrying around with you that is really dragging you down and causing you to be ineffective, and we will start eliminating some of those things. Then we elevate you to the potential that God says that you can be every day. So I want you to make sure, again, that you write me at justaskjoyce@gmail.com. I want to just say real quickly a thank you to Nans & Crafts. You see the beautiful roses on the table? Well, they are going to adorn my table every time we have a show. And of course, they provided the plant scrubber in the background too. But these roses are special, and I thought, now I know that yellow roses are friendship, but guess what it is also? It means a new beginning, a promise of a new beginning, a remember me, and that's exactly what this is, because many of you remember that I was on radio, and I have been for 9 years, and now we are on television as well. So welcome to Just Ask Joyce Television. And you know what? We have a great guest lined up today. I wanted my guest today to be someone special, and he is. He kind of belongs to me. He's a pastor. I invited a pastor because I wanted to give you an idea of just how families are coming unraveling. And I can tell you, no one knows quite like the pastor. Would you agree, Webby?
I agree. I've been at it a long time. And by the way, you look stunning today. I mean, I love your look.
Thanks.
It's
well,
great.
You can thank About Face Spa and Salon, of course, for my look. If you would like to look like this, go to About Face. 288-2300, by the way, is their number. They're right here at Veterans Parkway on the Indiana side of life, so make sure that you contact them. And I love them. Love them.
Yeah, you know, and a minister, if he's been in the ministry very long, we've dealt with a lot of different things. And you and I have done that together through the years and tried to help a lot of families and a lot of couples to work through issues. And there are some major issues in our culture, as you know.
So, you know, of course, I asked you before the show to tell me 3 things that you felt like families really deal with that cause problems in the marriage. So, and you gave us some. So let me just pull those up, and we're going to go over those. I want you to just take us through that one at a time, if you don't mind. Would you do that?
No, I don't mind. I'd be glad to do that, because I believe that number one, we live in a culture that's very selfish. People are looking out for themselves, and we've been in that for a long time. But when you have a selfish agenda, you tend to not think about the other person.
Right.
And when you're married, you can't live like you're single.
Well,
and a lot of people are trying to do that.
2 shall become 1. I mean, that's kind of the idea of marriage anyway. But so how do you combat that in today's world of me? Because the world does push me all the time.
Well, I think the solution to selfishness is a mutual respect. I think if people respect each other to the point to where they would give of themselves sacrificially, and they respect each other and who they are. See, many people get married and they know the flaws in their spouse, But in fact, many women think that a man can be changed, and they marry them even
Thinking
after they
can.
know some of their major flaws. And I've had that said to me more than once through the years.
Doesn't happen that way.
No,
I don't want to
doesn't.
rush that, but we have to get to immaturity. That's the second one on your
That's
list.
exactly
now.
right.
You know, that struck me odd, because, and not really, because I know that a lot of adults act like kids.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not about age. Maturity is about temperament. It's about how I look at life actually, and how I see myself with other people. And childishness, children expect that we're going to take care of everything for them.
Well, don't you think a little bit with the maturity, perception is everything too? Because I know that, you know, it's kind of like opinions. Opinions, everybody has an opinion.
That's exactly
and
right.
an opinion's never wrong because it's theirs. And that's kind of the perception too, because I know when couples come to me, everybody has a perception of what they were. But, so I think that has a lot to do with the immaturity sometimes.
Absolutely. You see children react to everything around
Right.
them. They react to wanting food. They react to wanting
Right.
what their friend wants. They react to what mom and dad's doing in the home. They react. Immature people live reacting to everything.
So the fix is?
Yeah, the fix is to act, to discover who you are,
Right.
to evaluate who you are, like you said a few minutes ago. You evaluate who you are, and you look at yourself, and you're honest with yourself. You try to come up with that thing that makes you understand who you are in a greater way. And of course, I'm a man of faith, so I think your faith has a lot to do with that.
All right, so let's talk about the third topic then that you gave us. Who's to blame?
Oh yeah, that's a real biggie in our culture.
Listen, everybody that comes to me wants me to fix the other person because they're pointing the finger at them.
Right. Well, this has to do with taking personal responsibility.
Right.
And there seems to be a penchant in people in this day and age not to take personal, it's somebody else's fault. I'm the way I am because of my parents. I'm the way that I am because of not having this or not having that. And we all must take personal responsibility and have to admit our own faults, because that's exactly what is going to get us through that issue that we're dealing with.
But we're kind of in a culture of transfer. I mean, we really are. Everybody
word.
passes the buck.
That's a good
Nobody
word.
wants to accept responsibility for what they've done. It's always, as we said, it's always the other person's fault. But a problem can't be fixed in a marriage, would you say, until we accept and own what we do wrong?
Yes, and who's to blame? You can't just start blaming the other person all of the time, because every one of us have our own things, you know? We have our stuff, and we have to admit our stuff. I know there's 12 words, you know, we've talked about them before, but I was wrong, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you.
People forget that. Well, you know, a lot of people blame mom and daddy too, still.
absolutely.
Of course, we're coming up on a break, but we want to thank you so much. And I felt it important that I have the person that, you know, I've spent a lot of my life with. And of course, we have a tremendous marriage, but we have not lived selfishly, we have not lived immaturely, and we have never blamed one another.
Well, we've lived with you are more important than I am.
That is our philosophy, and it should be yours if you want a healthy marriage. You live by that, and you can't go wrong. Now, you can find that in my books, and I would encourage you to pick up my books. I have some marriage books that are wonderful. But go to justaskjoyce.com and pick it up there. Of course, you can call me, and you can see the number at the bottom of the screen anytime, 493-5510. That's a 502 area code, 493-5510. Call me today. Going to a quick break. We'll be back. We have a video and an email. Don't go away.
You're watching Just Ask Joyce, where real life and family values connect. Just Ask Joyce is brought to you by Guaranteed Total Construction, Window World, Nans and Crafts Florists, Squire Boone Caverns, and About Face Spa and Salon.
And welcome back to Just Ask Joyce. I'm Joyce Oglesby, your Family Life Fix-It Pro. And remember, you can email me, justaskjoyce@gmail.com. Go to my website, justaskjoyce.com. Contact me there. Check out my resources. And don't forget the blogs. You will love them. And like me on Facebook as well. Now, I want to just say thank you to all my sponsors. They make this show possible for you. So make sure that you patronize them. Please, anytime that you can, just patronize these sponsors. Again, and mentioning the sponsors, one of them, Window World. We have a Window World email from Linda in Louisville. And you can be part of this email bag. Remember to write me. But let's take care of Linda's problem today. Linda says, I'm tired of fighting. My husband and I have been married 10 years. I love him, but I am exhausted from fighting. We never agree on anything. We argued at least once a week when we dated. Now it's every day and more heated. Our kids cry and ask us if we're getting a divorce. I don't see that happening. But when I suggest not arguing, he yells louder. How do you break a habit that seems to be a part of our everyday routine? Okay, number one, guys, stop ignoring red flags, okay? There was a red flag when you were dating. You should have just taken time out then, maybe gone to a counselor right then, but you didn't. You married him. Now you're stuck, right? Well, but you can change, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. You know, there's a wise proverb, if you remember, and that book is full of wisdom. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. So remember to use gentle words. But let's go to point number one, all right? Get a grip. Get a grip. Remember who the adults are. Webby and I just talked about that in an earlier segment. Remember who the adults are. Don't be immature. You have kids that are watching you. You are to be the model. Why don't you sit down and actually talk and discuss your problems rather than arguing? You know, and people come to me all the time, they argue over letting the toilet seat down or keeping it up, anything and everything. That is a little bit on the immature side. So get a grip. All right, refuse to join in. Refuse to join in. How do you do that? You're just going to stand there and let him yell at you? Yes. All right. Somebody has to be the adult. Maybe it needs to start with you. But bite your tongue, walk away, call a friend, do whatever you need to do. But I can tell you, if there is harm involved, that's a whole different story, and we could talk about that a little bit differently. But this arguing needs to cease and desist, all right? Now, I'm going to tell you, seek counseling. Don't wait till you're in a desperate mode to come and see someone like me. I am not a counselor, I'm a mentor. Now, just understand that. I've never professed to be a counselor, but I mentor people all the time. And I would tell you, seek help first, whether it's from a pastor like Webby or someone else. Seek help. Don't wait until it's too late. And so many times people wait until that very moment when it's just the last straw that has broke the camel's back to come and get help. And 4, love your kids enough to stop. You know, kids are always the victims. Always the victims. You might think you're the victim, he might think he's a victim, but nobody hurts in family squabbles worse than the kids. You confuse them, and I can tell you there are so many kids in school now that sit by classmates who come from divorced families or single parent homes. That is a difficult way for a kid to grow up. So if you love your kids, and most people do, see, we understand that unconditional love when it comes to kids. We don't always understand it with our spouses, but do it for the kids. They are enough reason to pull this together, and again, just be mature, all right? And then write me, justaskjoyce@gmail.com. Make sure you and I are going to talk more, Linda. I can assure you, I've already written you an email, and it entailed a lot more than this. I will spend time with you. I will help you. I will not just toss you a plan and then leave it to you. I will follow up with you. I will make sure that you are abiding by the plan, because if you do, it will work, I can assure you. I care about your family, and I pray that you will just give me a try before your family goes by the wayside. Too many divorces these days, all right? So write me, Just as Joyce. We're going to go to a quick break. Remember, I have a wonderful video for you coming up. It's going to kind of tie everything today that I've talked about. It's going to tie it all together, put it in a beautiful bow, and look as beautiful as these flowers from Nan's and Craft. So you don't go away. We'll be back after this short break for more of Just Ask Joyce. And welcome back to Just Ask Joyce. Again, I am Joyce Oglesby, your Family Life Fix-It Pro. I am an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a talk show host, of course. Radio and television, I have been in that for years. But I'd love to come and speak to your organization. Make sure you invite me sometime. And of course, as I said, I'm a columnist in Today's Woman magazine and Today's Family. If you have seen those in the grocery stores or in the doctor's offices, make sure you open it up and view my column in there. I've been doing that for quite a number of years with Today's Woman and now Today's Family. I have joined them as well. But I would never have been able to do all of this and accomplish all of this without my sweetheart husband, who you have already met today, Webby, and yes, his name is Webster, but we call him Webby for short. And so make sure that you come and visit our church sometime, Lincoln Hills Christian Church. And Webby, I've been talking about this video that we have.
Yeah.
You like
It's a great
videos.
video.
It is a great video.
Great video. I've seen it,
But
and there's nothing that gets to people like a kid.
Well, that's right. Kids speak volumes.
That's right.
But I love it because it ties into what we've been talking about today, and you're going to see this video, and I want you not to go away until it's completely over, right? You're going to fall in love with this kid. Just watch it.
Mom, are you ready to be his friend?
Yes.
Try not to be that high up to be friends. I want everything to be low, okay?
Okay.
Just try your best. I don't want you and my dad to be replaced and me again. I want you and my dad to be placed and settled and be friends. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want everyone to be friends. And if I can be nice, I think all of us can be nice too. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm trying to do my best in my heart. Nothing else than that. I want you, Mom, my dad, everyone to be friends. I want everyone to be smiling. Not like being mad. I want everything to smile. Especially when I see someone, I want them to smile. Especially Nana, everyone. I want everyone to smile. And if that's for my dad and you, Mom, I think you can do it. I think you can settle your mean heights down a little to short height. Then it's both, okay? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a bully. I'm trying to be steady on the floor, not way down, on straight, on the middle where my heart is. My heart is something. Everyone else's heart is something too. And if we live in a world where everyone's being mean, everyone's going to be a monster in their future. What if there's just a little bit of persons and we will eat them, then no one will ever be here. Only the monsters in our place. We need everyone to be a person. Everyone. Including me and my mom. Everyone. I just want everything to be settled down. Nothing else. I just want everything to be good as possible. Nothing else.
Thank you, Tana. Come and give mommy chup. I love you.
I love you too.
I don't know. Maybe your wood's wet and we can't even light the fire under you ever, but is that just precious?
Unbelievable that a child would have that kind of insight. But just to ask people not to be mad, not to be mean, but to be, I loved it when she says, my heart's something and everyone's heart is something.
I know. I mean, that's incredible insight. And this is what children go through when they hear you argue. I'm telling you, they are processing things, and it is very disheveling to a kid's life. And thank you for my friend Susan forwarding that to me. I appreciate that. I don't always use all the things that people forward me, but sometimes I do, especially when they have that kind of content and that kind of message. So thank you so very much. We're going to a break, and we'll be back to wrap up. It's been a quick show. I know there's so much more that we could have said, but we only have a limited time, so don't miss the closer. We'll be back after this short break to thank our sponsors. It's been a fast show, but we want to leave it with this reminder to you. JustAskJoyce@gmail.com. Go to my website, Just Ask Joyce. Pick up one of these, like Family Nourishment Nuggets. I do things like this all the time where I am helping your family. And listen, like me on Facebook, and then you'll find my quotes for the day, just like this one coming up. It ties into today's message. Kind words calm raging storms. Kind words calm raging storms, and it calms children's hearts too. So make sure that you control your anger in your home, all right? I can help you with that. Thank you so much, baby, for coming today.
Glad to be here.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good show. Great advice from a minister. Lincoln Hills Christian Church is where you can find him. He's in the pulpit every Sunday, and he does a great job. Thank you so much for listening today, and we appreciate you being a part of Just Ask Joyce. Remember, write me. Don't let your family be one of the statistics of a broken home. We can fix it, and we'll start right here on this show. Just Ask Joyce.